What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Building Code. I'm Zach Witovich.
And I'm Charlie Burtwhistle.
And we're back in the studio, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Zach.
Don't tell the audience our secrets.
Yeah. No. We saw you 2 weeks ago. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon.
It really is.
4:30 p.m.
October in Nebraska is special.
There's no place I'd rather be. And we have a very, very exciting guest. This is someone who, when I saw the name of the company, at least, on the...
Were you starstruck?
I was starstruck, yeah. DreamMaker Kitchen and Bath is absolute all-stars in Buildertrend lore. But Zach, tell the people we got on the pod today.
We got Courtney Baxter-Marsh. She is out in Northwest Arkansas, which I've actually been to before.
Of course, yeah.
You know, get out of the office. Some of us. All right, let's get her on here. Let's get to chatting. Hey, Courtney, welcome to the Building Code. We're really excited to have you in here today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in construction?
Thanks for having me. I am Courtney Baxter-Marsh, and I am one of the owners of DreamMaker Bath Kitchen of Northwest Arkansas. So we are located in the heart of Northwest Arkansas in Rogers, and we serve all of the area. So Bentonville, Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville, you know, all the surroundings out of that area.
That's awesome. We were just kind of talking before we brought you on that I've actually been to Northwest Arkansas, and I'm not sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, how long ago was it?
So it was about 3 years ago. I went to Fayetteville. I used to be a consultant for Buildertrend, so I would travel around, and I was like, I'm going to Northwest Arkansas, and I got to Fayetteville, and what an amazing place. I highly recommend Mr. Burtwhistle. Head on down to Northwest Arkansas. There's a lot going on there. The airport was, really big, and then there's a ton to do. Great food, great people. It was awesome.
Absolutely. It's just continuing to grow. I mean, like, I can't even keep up with how fast I follow all these email trails of, what to do in the community. But I think the latest one this week was we now have 2 airlines have direct flights to Phoenix. That was the newest direct flights. We can pretty much get to anywhere within 2 flights if needed, honestly, but we do have a lot of direct flights. It really is a bubble and a best kept secret of America.
So don't go there. You're not allowed. You're not.
We're going to have to edit. We'll edit that.
No,
part
you're
out
welcome. We love visitors, and I love transplants. I personally did not grow up in Northwest Arkansas. My mom is originally from Rogers. She actually graduated from Rogers High School. So that's kind of what brought us back to the area. So I've grown up visiting the area and seen the growth over the last 20 plus years. And so it's incredible what it's become, but it's also such a wonderful place to live because it's not just the taxes buying things, but it's these Fortune 500 companies that are investing in the communities locally. So we have so many things to do that are free. I mean, the Waltons, you've got the Hunts, you've got the Tyson family, and then just everyone in between. It really has just become such a great place, not just to live, but visit too.
That's awesome. We're super excited to have you on today from DreamMaker, which maybe other people have not heard of, but at Buildertrend, DreamMaker is kind of an all-star.
A celebrity account.
A celebrity. Right when I saw
I'm glad to hear that.
the interview,
whether you knew it or not, we're like, we got DreamMaker.
Yeah, because you guys have like 30 different locations. You guys are like absolute power users. You're always down to beta different features and different product offerings that we have. So even I'm not in CS or product or anything like that, but I saw DreamMaker on the interview schedule. I was like, oh, heck yeah. I love a chance to talk to a good DreamMaker person. So
we absolutely love DreamMaker. So there's actually 42 active locations.
42. Wow.
Started in 1975, but wasn't rechristened into the name of DreamMaker Bath Kitchen until 1999. So came from a family of franchisors. So, I mean, the cool part about DreamMaker is we are a locally family-owned business, and we are invested in Northwest Arkansas, but also the backing of a franchise. People don't realize how crucial that is. I mean, just think of Chick-fil-A. You go through, and it's more than fast food. You walk away feeling better about your day, and I feel like that's what happens. Like with DreamMaker, is the fact that we have these amazing code of values. Corporate is so supportive. We actually have our own franchise coach. So we meet with him weekly. We can lean on him. But with a franchise comes those processes and systems that we're able to elevate the customer experience in an industry that is so chaotic and so disruptive.
That's really, I love your energy, by the way. Like, very passionate. I can tell.
I mean, like, just get me on cabinets.
I love it. No, it's really exciting. That's why, like, if you're watching us on camera on YouTube, I'm like beaming like a goofy idiot. I just love when our builders talk about how much they love their jobs. You started your franchise in Northwest Arkansas fairly recently, correct?
Yes, very recently.
What was it like to start during 2020? Just a normal year.
Yeah, time a lot of the businesses were booming for sure.
So, I mean, COVID was definitely still around.
Yeah.
2020 was worse from what I've heard. We didn't have to we've had to kind of figure out some processes with COVID being a real thing, but luckily not as bad as 2020. So when we entered in 2021, actually was an incredible year to enter the remodeling industry because it was so, lit. Honestly, there's no other way to put it. Remodeling was lit in 2021. Everyone was spending extended amount of times in their homes, trapped, not able to get out, that they then realized, I am so sick and tired of looking at my cabinets. I hate my bathroom. Or there is no place for my kids to do homeschool or homework. So then they were turning to us, which the experience was so crazy because no market analysis could ever project what happened in 2021. And then throw in the supply chain, labor shortage. It was a good thing, but also there were some headaches.
Absolutely. Well, we've heard that a lot from even our builders who have been in the industry for 30 years, right? Like it didn't matter how much experience you had, but a really unique opportunity to kind of have a franchise support that kind of had, standard operating procedures you could adopt to and really go. So, talk us through your growth story then. Like, obviously in 2021, you had probably a pretty small team. How's it changed? How's your evolution of your business been over the last couple of years?
So the cool part with the backing of DreamMaker is they've kind of laid out our map of growth. We're controlling the growth. The market is controlling our growth, but we get to kind of just follow that map and what that looks like. But for us today, we are a team of 5. There's me, one of the owners. I'm the marketing manager as well as the office manager, and I also handle all of our financials. So
just
a
couple
lot.
things. Yeah,
just,
those are
just like everything. And then so my mom, Mary, is actually our designer, and she handles the sales of the project as well as all the design selections. And she truly is a remodeling designer. And then my dad, Scott, is our general manager who manages our production side. So, and then we have our carpenters. They're really good at what they do. They take pride in their work, and they really make Mary's visions come to life with the clients and stay in communication with the client. And then I feel like an extension of our DreamMaker team is our trade partners that we use, our licensed plumbers, our licensed electricians, countertop fabricators, those that we're using for every project. But then there's also some other trade partners that we'll use on special projects. So it really just depends on the project of who's being brought into it. But I think that has been a challenge, is to control the growth and really be prepared. And I always side on the side of conservative when it comes to growth, but sometimes you have to take that risk. And obviously there's always a financial downturn when you bring on more people, but then eventually, they will become more efficient and grow. So that's kind of what our growth has been like.
Yeah, it seems like a really, really, just listening to you talk, mature process, even though you guys, the business is fairly new. We try not to get too Buildertrend salesy on the podcast, but I am curious.
That's why you dress like a Buildertrend advertisement.
Yeah. So, little trade secret, I actually forgot to wear my podcast gear today, so I had to go in the supply closet and grab some gear.
It's okay. Your name is like hiding like up to your neck, so I can't even really see.
There you go.
We have our nice cameras over here, and did you know we work at Buildertrend?
Yeah, we're repping it.
No kidding.
Shocking.
But what I was curious was, were you guys Buildertrend users from the start? Was that something that we're starting this business, we want to use Buildertrend, or is it something that you adopted along the way?
Yeah. So we were one of the few guinea pigs. I don't think we were Buildertrend guinea pigs, but we were one of the first franchises because we were opening for operations about the time that they were transitioning. So we actually got onboarded with Buildertrend before the other franchises.
Oh.
So that was kind of cool in a way that we didn't have to learn a system that was then going to be taken away, which the old system, as I've been told, was an in-house system, but you couldn't do everything within it that Buildertrend does. And the feedback I've gotten from other franchises is that, well, after the challenges of learning something new, is that it's all held within Buildertrend. So it's it has absolutely made things more seamless. Everyone kind of knows what's going on, which is crucial and pretty much a game changer when it comes to the construction industry. But we were fortunate to start with Buildertrend, and that's all we know. And it really, we're in it all day, every day. I like it from a sales standpoint. I have a background in insurance before construction, and I fell in love with CRM systems. I think it's
what a
amazing.
fun thing to talk about at parties, huh? Tell me
Yeah.
about your CRM.
Yeah, I'm like,
what's your hobby?
CRMs. I met
CRMs.
someone who worked for Salesforce, and I was like, can we get coffee? But I really need to talk about this. But if you think about it, and it's just like a tradesperson, you don't know what baggage they're bringing from home.
Yeah.
You don't know if they didn't sleep the night before because something happened, or maybe there was a death in the family. You don't know what they're going through, but it's so amazing that you can come to work, log on to Buildertrend, and without even having to think about it, I know what my day should look like. And it's kind of, it makes you more productive. It makes things not fall through the tracks. But I like that you get your sales initial call, and it handles absolutely everything all the way to walking out of a project.
Yeah, I think
like everything.
Yeah, the efficiency that can bring too for as fast as you guys are growing. I mean, that is true value, and so it's really exciting to hear it.
I get calls every day from people who want our money and emails. I'm like, how do they even find our emails and our phone numbers? But they're like, oh, we want to handle your estimating, and we'll do it for free to show you how it works. And I'm like, excuse me, like who is hiring someone to do their estimating? Because you could make a huge mistake as far as costs, and you could potentially lose your business if you're not careful with estimating. And so that's the coolest part about Buildertrend, is that we do our own estimating, we do our own change orders, we do our own purchase orders within. But I think the really coolest part about Buildertrend is the unlimited storage space that it acts as for holding our photos, not only at the home site visits, but then you've got your finished photos, you've got your legal documents, everything you need. I can get on it on my laptop, on my cell phone. If I'm on vacation and didn't take mine, I can log into my husband's, and all I need is my username and password, and immediately I can see the same exact thing I can see when I'm at home.
Gosh, listening to you talk right there, I could just tell that's going to be the clip that they use and put on Instagram. Yeah. They take one little 15-second clip to post.
Courtney, how do you feel about Omaha? We'll fly out here, get you in the studio.
Yeah, you can take Zach's job.
I actually have really fond memories in Omaha. So my husband and I got married a month before we opened for operations. Talk about jumping into the waters. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the balance of work and personal life, but that's a whole
Maybe it's because you have 3 titles.
Yeah. Yeah. And working with my parents. I mean, I love them, but man, we choose to be codependent at some point. But so we actually postponed our honeymoon because COVID, and because we were starting a business, trying to figure out when the best time would be. Well, newsflash, there is no good time. You make it happen.
Right.
So we ended up going in September. We booked dive motels 2 weeks before we left. So we actually got a jump start in Omaha to then get out west. We went to the Badlands, Devil's Tower,
cool.
Glacier, and then Yellowstone and Grand Teton. But Omaha was the start of the honeymoon and
of your dive motel adventure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, talk about. I mean, Badlands and Teton and Glacier. Yeah. Those are cool, but you kind of peaked at Omaha. Like it's all downhill after that,
right?
Unfortunately.
Well, now the best part about Omaha is there's a DreamMaker there.
That's right.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, they're pretty new, aren't they?
Yeah, and they've got an incredible design center. If you haven't had a chance to go by, you absolutely should.
We'll do some promos there. You know,
I actually,
so you really should.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I could maybe use definitely a kitchen remodel, maybe bath. So I may have
Absolutely.
to swing and check it out. Which
The best part is there's another female DreamMaker owner is at that location, and I don't think there's many of us.
there you go. Yeah, I would actually check it out. I joke sometimes when we have, guests on that we had one that did elevator systems. I'd love an elevator in my house, but I am pretty serious about kitchen and bath, which is my poor attempt into a segue back onto the questions, which was kitchen and bath, obviously in your guys' name, but you've also talked a ton about how many leads you have coming in. How do you weigh the balance between we're specializing in these specific types of remodels with we can maybe take on a little extra work, or hey, do you have to turn clients down a lot, or how do you kind of focus on finding the right clients?
So, wow, that's like many questions in one.
Yeah, that was like 6. I was counting in my head as I was asking them.
So usually when we're turning people away, they're looking for something that we can't offer. I had one this week. It was a very kind old gentleman, was very gruff about he wanted an acrylic shower installed. And I was like, sorry, we don't do those. Never gave me the opportunity to explain why. So that conversation ended. So, I mean, we'll turn them away so it's important to figure out who your client is and to find those clients that value what you do. Because we're so different than others in our industry, Buildertrend helps us with their format of asking those qualifying questions and keeping track of those qualifying questions so that we can see if we got burned, where did we go wrong? But then finding out and pre-qualifying them ahead of time, are they the right fit for us? Do they value what we do? Unfortunately, HGTV has ruined that as far as people don't understand the true cost. I tell you what, I probably have not had a single person come to us saying, this is what I think it's going to cost, and have they ever been spot on? Never, ever. And I had a older woman last week, and she was offended that it would take more than one day to remodel her entire kitchen.
Dang, where should you get that at?
No kidding. That's insane.
Thank you, HGTV.
Yeah, it's magic. It just appears.
I mean, it's great for ideas, but I mean, it's not realistic, and it's really hurt us. But it gives us the opportunity to educate and open up that conversation. And, figuring out if someone's coming to us who is a DIYer, those are not our client. That's not the client that's going to find value in what we're doing. We're not the cheapest, but we're usually not the most expensive either. We bring quality to the table. For us personally, we have a 3-year warranty on our workmanship for each project, which that is unheard of. And the reason why is because we're having to make tough decisions on how we're constructing things, like the quality of the waterproofing system in the shower. I mean, so finding those clients that value making those tough decisions, that's what leads you to an amazing experience working with a homeowner transforming their home.
Courtney, those are some like amazing little sales. Did you sell insurance, or were you on the backside of insurance? I'm over here like, dang, you just got natural business sense. I love it.
I am just in the business of people, and that's it.
I love it.
Yeah, I knew you said going into this that you were a little nervous, but you're absolutely killing the podcast right now. I'm in awe. If you ever want to come take Zach's job, feel free.
That's the second time you said that. I'm starting to get the message.
It was over.
Don't worry, Zach. I actually really love my job.
Oh, good. All right, good. I was getting nervous.
You guys sent someone out to Buildertrend University not too long ago. Is that correct?
Yes, Scott, my dad, Scott Baxter.
Gotcha. Did he come back with any kind of big takeaways, or was that just a vacation out to the infamous Omaha for him?
Yeah. What dive motel did we put him in?
No, I got the bill. It was a nice one.
Yeah. We put him with the Cottonwood. Free advertising for them.
Huge shout out to our
he
friends.
He came back with some Evian water. I was like, where did you get that from? And he said, the hotel. I was like, okay, it was nice. No, he really enjoyed his time. I know that because he wouldn't really communicate with me much while he was there. So he was either learning or really enjoying, or both. But he came back and he was like, you know what? When y'all get me to retire from here, I'm going to see if Buildertrend will hire me. He said that y'all have a putting green and just just the communication that happens between the teamwork is just really cool, and having fun in the process, which is one of our code of values.
Yeah, we definitely have a really energetic environment here in the office.
Yeah.
Which,
but he came back like on fire for everything he learned. I mean, it was drinking water out of a fire hose, but he was like, Courtney, we got to look into these specific topics. We will never 100% utilize Buildertrend to its full extent. Just because y'all are continuously changing, and the fact that y'all actually take concerns and have a voting system for making changes. And I've seen y'all do it firsthand, probably because Scott complains loud enough. But
we did say celebrity status. We didn't say why.
Yeah. I mean, the world is ever changing. And that's the saddest part about construction is, I mean, I look at some of these companies and I'm like, you're operating the same as you did in the 80s.
Yeah.
But Buildertrend is so fast in coming and watching and ever making changes to make sure that you're making us efficient.
Absolutely. I mean, it's pretty interesting too. Even in the last 4 years, it's really come really far. I mean, when I came to Buildertrend, it was kind of on the back end of the 2010s. And I remember my first, few months at Buildertrend, I was like, wow, there's a lot of areas of opportunity to improve and these clients coming in, and it's exciting for us because it's like, I think we play a bit of a part as a company to kind of help changing that mindset, the relationships we build. Like, we're in the people business too, right? And so there's this really cool effect of like, we hear our builders, we see their needs, we improve it, they drive the adoption more, they're finding people that think like them. And so I just read a report from the Construction Dive about new technologies coming out, and there's so much cool stuff, and like, we've got a lot of cool stuff planned. So I totally agree. But I think, there's a lot of builders like you who are starting to be the new generation to kind of continue to improve and iterate.
Well, everything is modernizing.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our smart homes, look at our vehicles. Like, why is construction not moving at that same pace to become modern?
Yeah.
Like, why is the communication with customers not becoming more modernized?
Not enough women, You gotta get more of the women in.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it though is change is hard.
Yeah.
Even if it's good, change is hard. And I'm one of those that change makes me uncomfortable. I've been through a lot of tragic events in my life. And so change to me is uncomfortable, even when it's good. But once you get through that uncomfortable, that's when you get to celebrate the win, not just for you, but your customer.
Right. Yeah. I think and when your customer wins, you win, right? And that's all you really have to worry about. And that's something that I think that we both agree on, Buildertrend and DreamMaker, and just kind of continuing to fight for the customer and take care of that, and the rest takes care of itself.
And I think y'all do a really good job, because there's a huge difference between a custom home builder and a remodeler. That's one of the things I've learned is that you want to talk about a difference between new build and remodeling. Just look at electricians and plumbers. There's a major difference. But the fact that y'all are able to cater to the builders, but also the remodelers, I think that's pretty cool too, that y'all are able to see those differences, but cater to both.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of it too is like those principles. It's interesting here you say how you guys have a franchise coach. I mean, a lot of people come to us looking for insight into what other builders are doing too. And so there's like the software, and then there's like the processes and the business practices that we've picked up on through customer engagement, through relationships that we can then share. Mm-hmm. And that's really valuable too. And it's super exciting. I am interested, you guys have been doing this for a while. You've kind of hinted at this. What are some of the overall lessons that, you've learned in the last 3 years? You just talked about kind of, the differences and those sub trades, but what are some of the other things that, you've kind of picked up on?
I think something I've really learned is it's not just about creating a pretty space or a functioning space that might add to resale value or build equity in a home. We've gotten to see firsthand how remodeling, especially a kitchen, I mean, simply changing a peninsula to an island, how that actually reconnects the family and builds those bonds. So it's really cool to see that it's not just a physical product. It's almost like the psychological aspect of reconnecting that family. But then also, I think the rare opportunity I have to work alongside my parents, goodness, we're also neighbors. They live one street over. So we're running and building a business together. We see each other all the time. And I think that's a really unique opportunity that I've gotten, is to have my parents be my cheerleader my whole life, to go after my dreams and figure out what I want my career to be, to now that I get to cheer on my mom when she closes an awesome sale, and I get to, cheer on my dad as well. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned, and especially with DreamMaker, is how important it is, the quality of life. That's the reason we're doing this, not just for us owners, but we were actually calculating at reunion how many families are impacted through one DreamMaker franchise. And you just think about our employees, their spouses, their kids, our trade partners, their spouses, their kids. And then if they have subcontractors under them. And it's just amazing to see. And then, of course, you have your homeowners within your community that you're connecting to, or Buildertrend. We're your customer. We're helping build your business as well financially. So it's so cool to see how we can all come together and just bless everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, I guess kind of as we're wrapping up here, the topic of community and building other people up, for other builders or remodelers that are listening to this right now, maybe getting started in their business, maybe looking to iterate and improve on their business, what advice or kind of sage words of wisdom would you like to give them right now?
Well, first, I would say if you have any interest in DreamMaker Bath Kitchen, definitely check it out. It is a faith-based company, and they cross boundaries that corporate America runs away from. We live our life out striving to live by our code of values, so check those out as well. But honestly, it comes down to the 3 simple P's: people, process, and product. You have to have people who enjoy what they do and take pride in their finished product, as well as the clients who value what you do. The process. Luckily, we've got Buildertrend to help us stay that structure and processes that keep us efficient as a company, as well as the product. That it's not just the finished product, because Mary makes some really beautiful spaces, but it's that customer experience.
There you go. The 3 P's.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for more. I need to store that away for us.
I was thinking I wrote it down on my notepad.
Sorry.
Already stole it.
Well, Courtney, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much. We could talk to you for another hour. You're always welcome to come back to talk to us more about what's happening in Northwest Arkansas. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank y'all. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Courtney.
Mr. Burtwhistle, we just had Courtney here on the Building Code, DreamMaker Home. Did her celebrity status stack up to the level of starstruckness?
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy's shook right now.
I just feel like, gosh, the people, and huge shout out to our production team and everyone, but the people we get on the podcast are just incredible. People ask me all the time, like, Charley, you're a data scientist, why are you doing the podcast? I'm like, this is the only chance I get to talk to our customers. Like, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and Courtney was a perfect example of that. Just the passion that she has, not just for the business, but her customers and the entire franchise network at DreamMaker was really, really cool to see. And talk about doing things the right way for the right reason. Incredible company, incredible person. Huge fan of Courtney.
I know I've got like PTSD isn't the right word. I just got like used to how amazing our customers are. You just see it all the time, that you kind of forget to recognize how special and rare it is, because we get only the best of the best that use Buildertrend. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Courtney was an absolute boss. I mean, she was just admirable. Her energy, her passion, you just feel it. I probably had a goofy smile. I did have a goofy smile on my face the whole time. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, and I will check out the new Omaha location of DreamMaker Kitchen and Bath as well. I am a homeowner.
Look at that lead gen here
absolutely.
on the pod.
Yeah, used for referral code Charley Burt.
Oh, now we got affiliate programs, T-shirts, affiliate programs. We got all here on the Building Code. I'm Zach Witovich.
I'm Charley Burtwhistle. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive content brought to you by Buildertrend.